It's that time again for What's Your Story? I'm your host, Sharita Williams, and today my guest is Margie Williams. She has suffered from breast implants, and we're going to talk about that today. Some of the side effects that can happen when you get breast augmentation. Actually, she got them for the wrong reason. She didn't get them for her personal gain. It was cosmetic gains for someone else. So please help me welcome Margie Williams to the show. Margie?
Good morning, everyone. I am Margie Williams. I am located in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, and I am coming to you today to share with you some of the side effects of breast implant illness, and it can mirror other illnesses, and I just want you to be aware of that. So I got breast implants in 2001, and shortly after I got them, I started experiencing different ailments. I experienced severe stomach pains that mirrored an aneurysm of my aorta. Turned out it was severe irritable bowel syndrome, and I was treated for that. And then it was followed by these bouts of itching so badly, in fact, that I would just stand in the shower and cry because I couldn't get relief. As that symptom kind of subsided, I would get pains in the top of my feet so bad that my toes would remain stuck in this weird position. And I got relief from that from topical creams. I suffered things such as severe brain fog. I would be speaking with you, and mid-sentence, I would forget what I was talking about. I began having a bulging disc in my back. I had to end up getting cortisone shots in my back for that. And while I was getting those cortisone shots, I was told that I had to begin getting them in my neck also because they told me I had bone spurs. Then I had to get them in my elbow because it developed tennis elbow. I had these constant heart palpitations so bad that it sent me to the ER on several occasions. And then on one occasion, the doctor told me, you do not ever drive yourself here again if this happens, because your resting heart rate is at such a dangerous level, it could be fatal. I had hips that popped so badly that when I went to family members to talk about this, because some of them had hip replacements, I thought that it was hereditary and I was going to have my hips replaced. I could no longer sit Indian style. I could no longer touch my toes. The seams on the right side of my leg and my pants was twisted to the front of my knee. My other symptoms mirrored multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, hypothyroidism, scleroderma, Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, Bell's palsy. I had flat muscles from the scleroderma that made my legs look shiny. The skin felt like leather, and it was drawing my muscles inward and making them tight. I had urinary incontinence. I had severe sinus issues. I had constant earaches, extreme dehydration, and I was seeing just a list of specialists. At one point, I was told that I had a brain aneurysm that was 5 millimeters, and they just wanted to watch that. Of course, being someone who prays an awful lot, when I went back after 3 months, I was told that brain aneurysm was no longer there.
Margie, with what America focusing on so much how we look, we've got so many people taking selfies and, want to improve themselves, wanting to look like the Kardashians wanting to look like the American Most Top model.
Absolutely.
What made you get breast implants?
Well, I was very, very insecure. Although I was good in my craft, good at what I did at work, other people telling me I was good. You can get compliments from everywhere and from everyone. But if you don't have that self-confidence within, the least little thing that someone says to you, I don't like your breasts in my instance with my significant other. And I wish that you had bigger breasts. It kind of weighs on your psyche, at least it did for me. And I succumbed to that. I ended up getting breast implants that ultimately almost killed me.
So you got breast implants for the wrong reason. So how did that make you feel as a person? Sometimes people think, oh, I'll get these implants and that's going to boost my self-esteem. I'm going to look better to the world. But how did you feel mentally and internally? How did you feel?
At first, when I got the implants, I did feel really good, because then I thought that I would be accepted by my significant other. Still not accepting myself, because I am small framed, and now my frame was out of balance after getting the implants. So I, to myself, still didn't look the way that I wanted to. And then all of these symptoms started to come. So it didn't make me feel good. It made me actually feel worse.
So did people treat you different, or, during this process, or, or were you still treated the same?
After I got breast implant illness, of course, it brought on the wrong attention from, a lot of different men. Of course, they're seeing, this big breast woman. And of course, it gained that kind of negative attention. But no, other people, they still treated me the same as, before I had the implants.
So at this stage in your life, you said it's been 20 years. Why now? Why tell your story now?
I tell my story now because over COVID, my symptoms escalated and I became even worse, to the point that even though I had not shared my experiences with my family and friends before now, I took on the journey, just myself and God, trying to heal myself through God's grace. I was getting ready to die. So I decided to share with my family. And after I had the implants removed in April of 2001, day one, I felt better, I looked better, and I am now 98% improved. So to me, even though I'm not someone who shares a lot, I wanted to share because breast implant illness can mirror so many different symptoms. And because I was going to die, I want to help other women who are considering breast implants, or who already have them and are having some of these symptoms and thinking that it's something that it's not. It's related to your breast implants.
So did your death diagnosis come from your implants, or do you have something else that was going on?
No, I take no medication. I have no symptoms, no ailments. Once those implants were removed, my body began the process of healing itself. I have very slight symptoms from the scleroderma now, but that's almost gone. All the other symptoms I mentioned, like the fibromyalgia, the rheumatoid arthritis, everything, the shots that I was getting in my back, neck, and elbow, I have no pain nowhere in my body now. All of that subsided. The redness of the eyes, I had dental issues, everything subsided after that surgery. Within 3 to 6 months after, I was 98% better.
So this is a costly experience. And is it covered by insurance, or, because this can get up into the thousands of dollars?
You're absolutely right. It's not covered by insurance. It cost me about $5,000 to get myself into this situation. And it cost me almost $14,000 to get myself out of it.
So with that being said, was it worth it to get the breast implants?
Absolutely not. It's not worth it to offer to your body, putting a foreign object in your body for any reason, especially for someone else. If it's something that you feel like you want to do to enhance yourself, and you really feel like you want to do it, do your research, talk to other people, but educate yourself before you put a foreign object into your body.
Absolutely. Margie, we're going to take a short break and we'll return in just a minute. And if you're out there and you suffer from low self-esteem or body deformation, please reach out for help. Help is out there, and do it for yourself, not for someone else. And if you're out there and would like to be on my show, please email me at SharitaWilliams154@gmail.com, or you can go to our website. That's wytv7.org. There you can see all the wonderful things we do in the community, and you can also give a donation. So please go to wytv7.org. We'll be right back.
80% of women will develop a pelvic health condition at some point in their lives. There is relief. There is hope. The Pelvic Floor Store, your resource for personal health.
We're back with Margie Williams. She's sharing her story about the tragedy of getting breast implants. And if you're out there and you are suffering from side effects from breast implant, please go to our website, WYTV7, and click on the link. We will have some information out there for information on breast implants. So again, I'm Sharita Williams, and my guest is Margie Williams, and we're going to pick up right from where we left off. Margie, tell the people how long you had breast implants and why keep them so long. And the person that you got the surgery for, are you still with them?
I had breast implants for 20 years, from 2001 until 2021. And I kept them for so long because I did not know that that was actually what was making me sick. And then once you have them, life happens. And I never thought about getting them removed. And even if I did, I didn't even have the money to get them removed at that point, to be honest. And then the person that I got them for, no, that's usually what happens. You do something for someone else and it doesn't pan out. And I learned from that, you have to do things for you. If it's what you want to do from your deep yearning inside, then do that for you, but never make a mistake or alter your body or do anything for the joy of someone else. Do it because it brings you joy personally.
So what techniques or tools can you offer women and assisting them to help them, just accept their body the way it is?
So my advice to you, accept your body. If there's something, and this is what I do now, if there's something about your body that you don't like, focus on another part. For me now, I focus on my décolleté. God gave you different parts of your body and you can find something about it to love. Focus on something different. Dive into you, invest in you through different things like meditation, hot yoga. You talking to a therapist. Therapy works. Talk to a therapist. Just do things to invest in you, things that make you happy. I've recently started to learn how to roller skate. I am getting ready to start to take swim lessons. I'm investing in me and pouring into me and doing things that make me not focus on those things about me that I may not care so much about.
So I want to kind of zoom in. Did you feel suicidal, after you had it? I want to reach out to, women out there who may have already had the surgery and they don't feel well about themselves. What advice do you have for them?
I did suffer bouts of depression, and because I'm someone who goes so much and always focused on other people, I didn't realize at the time that I was depressed. But coupled with that, because I'm someone who delves into holistic care, such as a Reiki, and I pray a lot and I journal a lot, I did a lot of self-help care. That doesn't work for everybody. Other people may need to reach out to other people for help, but it did really depress me because my body was going through so much and I did not know what was going on. With every doctor and specialist visit, I was told your blood work is normal. There's nothing wrong with you. One doctor even told me one time, I think it's all in your head. So yes, things like that can cause you to be depressed. No, I wasn't suicidal, but I was depressed behind the issue.
So what advice can you give women that are planning on having breast implants?
If you're planning on having breast implants, there is a Facebook group dedicated to breast implant illness that has 140,000 women in that group who are suffering from the ailments of receiving breast implants. Some of them are a whole lot worse than the symptoms that I gave you from my list. Some of them, have loved ones that were in the group that died as early as in their mid-30s from breast implant illness. Breast implant illness is real, and removing the breast implants, the heal is real. So I would implore you, do your research, find an alternative solution to breast implant. I've heard there's fat transfers and other different ways you can get the volume if you want that, a breast lift as opposed to a breast implant. But please do your research and try to avoid putting foreign objects into your body.
So you talk about a holistic, I heard you talk about Reiki. So tell our audience a little bit about the Reiki technique that helped you overcome your illness.
So Reiki is essentially life force energy. And what that is God, it's energy from God. And Reiki is a Reiki master, someone who's been certified. It's a Japanese technique with different symbols. They've been attuned with different symbols and techniques to learn how to stand in as a conduit for you as healing, calm, balance, restoration until you can do it yourself. And being told by so many specialists and doctors that, there was nothing wrong with me, I turned to holistic care. Since then, I have become a Reiki master. I am looking to open a practice dedicated to Reiki and being able to use those techniques in that healing process to help other women who are going through this similar things as I did, or just to help them in general. I tapped into crystal therapy, using crystals as a healing technique within my practice, and also essential oils.
So what was your first symptom that there was something wrong with your breast? What made you know that it was your breast and not just your body? Was it did you have a leak from silicone or what?
No, when the surgeon went in, removed my implants, April 19th, 2001, he told me they were totally intact. Now, the symptoms that I gave you, you probably would think, oh, she had a leakage, but they were totally intact. However, my flesh had adhered to my chest wall, to my ribs. He had to do a lot of scraping to get that flesh off my chest wall and my ribs. But what made me ultimately get those implants out is being told nothing is wrong with you. So I prayed and asked God to show me how to heal myself. I was led to type all of my symptoms into the search engine at once. And when I did that, an article for breast implant illness came up. When I read that article, I was happy. I was joyful because now I knew what was wrong with me. So I reached out to the young lady who wrote the article. She connected me with her Facebook group. And that's when I began to follow these women, follow their stories, and realize, Margie, you really have to get these things out of your body because this is killing you.
So Margie, do you have a hotline number or a support group that our audience can reach out to?
Audience can reach out to me. I don't have a hotline or a support group. I am in the process of implementing all of those things. But if you'd like to get a hold of me, please reach out to me at Margie, MARGIE .Williams, WILLIAMS at goodnesslounge.com. That's GOODNESS lounge, LOUNGE.com.
So Margie, in this whole process, did you ever feel suicidal?
No, I didn't feel suicidal, only because I rely heavily on my faith. And I'm not someone to give up easily, give in easily. So I never felt suicidal, but depressed. Yeah, I did feel depressed. But as I stated, I would tap into my holistic side, my spiritual side, God, the source, the creator, whatever you want to call it, to bring myself back to balance.
Absolutely. So Margie, what advice would you like to leave with our audience about having any kind of cosmetic surgery?
I would like to leave with you, love yourself. Love on yourself the way that God intended for you to. He made you unique and special for a very, very reason. And No matter how you feel about how you look, guess what I learned? I learned that other people don't even see you the way you see yourselves. We judge ourselves way too harshly. And if you're doing these things for a significant other, that's not love. As we know, love is the greatest gift, and it bears all things, believes all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. It never fails. And someone who genuinely loves you is not going to ask you to do something to your body that's going to compromise your health.
Absolutely. Well, Margie, we'd like to thank you for coming on our show, for letting your story become our story on What's Your Story. And we would like to thank our audience, for tuning in each week for What's Your Story, and to go to our website, that's wytv7.org, if you would like to be a guest on our show or any of the shows that's broadcast on this platform. Margie, thank you for sharing your story. We know that there's so many people out there, especially during the pandemic, that are caught up, sometimes we get just caught up in for the wrong reason. But, mental health is very important, and it's all about mental health, getting yourself together, loving who you are. And I love that what you said, it's very important that we love ourselves. A pleasure having you on your show, on our show. And I would like to thank you. And I'm Sharita Williams. What's Your Story? Thank you.